The Spurs have a saddle as their logo, but it should have been a possum today, because I have the feeling they might have been playing possum these last 6 weeks. Magic, do you retract your opinion that the Lakers would win in 6?
Bill, I'm going to apologize to you.
Thank you.
Jalen and Michael Wilbon and America. This Spurs team is too good. They got the best coach. Then with Ginobili coming back and playing and looking good, too.
Looking like old man.
But I'll tell you who set the tone for this team was Tim Duncan in the first quarter. He looked like the old Tim Duncan. I mean, he was scoring, blocking shots, running the court, actually beating Dwight Howard down the floor. So Spurs going to win this probably in 4 or 5.
Wow.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You almost sprained an ankle jumping off the bandwagon.
On figuring Ginobili could not just pop back in and be Ginobili again, which kind of surprised all of us.
And Coach D'Antoni would, go down low, which he's not going to do. So
not for long.
Wait a second. You're really surprised? We were talking about the Belichick-Popovich parallels.
Yes.
Like, we knew they might be stashing him. We knew it was possible.
But he looked better than all of us thought.
Yeah.
But, Bill, wait a minute. Bill, you are into examining deeply numbers.
I am?
Tell me that Dwight's 20 and 15, Dwight Howard's 20 points and 15 rebounds, were those real? Did they have an impact on the game, or are they just numbers?
No, he did not have a good game. I mean, the turnovers, how many turnovers
he and Powell had 10 turnovers combined.
Yeah. He didn't make smart decisions in the post, Jalen. I thought Duncan was out hustling him the whole game. I didn't like the way he played at all.
And picking this series, I wanted to keep it simple. I was going to pick the team with the better coach, the better shooting team from the floor, from 3, and the free throw line.
Spurs.
Right? The better defensive team.
Spurs.
And the team that's been playing better all season.
Spurs.
Absolutely. So that's what I look for in this series. If the Spurs can continue to maintain the standard that they set. And remember, they won 20-plus games last year in a row. And their season ended unceremoniously. He wasn't going to allow that to happen again this year. So they limped to the finish line, but Manu got healthy. You tried to get Tony Parker healthy, and Tim Duncan looks terrific.
It's a bad
let's be honest,
for the Lakers, Bill.
The Lakers were an 8 seed with Kobe.
That's right. Okay,
the Spurs were a 60-win team.
It's a two-part thing here.
And we were all talking ourselves into this being a series, and the reality is Manu was a big monkey wrench. We weren't expecting that. And the Lakers season is at the point where Jody Meeks gets hurt. And it's a catastrophe. It was a catastrophe that Jody Meeks got hurt.
But there's
this
two parts.
Is bad.
The Lakers are an 8 seed without Kobe.
Yes.
And San Antonio didn't play all that well in game 1.
Right.
I mean, Duncan had that nice start to the game and had 17 and 10. Ginobili had 18 points in just 19 minutes. So they kept their minutes restriction on Ginobili, which means maybe they can unleash him later as they know he's healthier. Parker was okay. He wasn't spectacular.
And the problem is Coach D'Antoni can only coach one way, one system, pick and roll. This is not a good pick and roll team to go up against in terms of the Spurs defense, but he can't adjust and he can't make adjustments.
And plus, they don't have Kobe Bryant. You kind of need that guy if you're going to advance.
Well, Kobe, we need you. We have a seat for you. You can join us. You can be our 5th member for these last few games. Stop tweeting. Just come join us in the studio.
Okay, let's take a look at the series between the Spurs and the Lakers, and the schedule goes like this. They'll get together again on Wednesday, and again you'll see on TNT, and then the series shifts to Los Angeles for games 3 and 4, and that's coming up Friday and then Sunday. But let's talk about game 2, gentlemen. Good win for San Antonio. Were they at their very best? No, but they were home, Smitty, got game 1 like they were supposed to, and they had Manu come back and be a real contributor.
I think you're excited if you're Coach Popovich. You didn't shoot well. I think they shot 37%, and you still won the basketball game. You got Manu in some kind of a rhythm. Tony Parker, we know, can shoot better and will make better shots. You got Tim Duncan rolling. I think what's left for him is to maybe try to get Tiago Splitter going. But other than that, I think Pop has to be happy. I mean, they're 17-2 fast break advantage, only 9 turnovers. They play pretty good defense, and even though they had some big-time rebounds between Dwight and Powell, they still played them pretty much even on the glass. So I think Pop is pretty happy about this game.
What do you expect to see in game 2? Do you think that the Lakers will step up in this game offensively in game 2?
Well, two days gives them a chance to go back, not only look at the film, but actually work on a few things. The inside-out play with Powell and Howard will have to tighten up, and they try to 4-5 pick and roll a couple times to see what they can create matchup-wise. I'd like to put the ball in Steve Blake's hand, no disrespect to Steve Nash, and I'd like Steve to just be that spot-up shooter. Maybe it'll take a little stress off his body, having to take those responsibilities of orchestrating everything for everyone else. and take care of the ball. Look, if the big guys are going to handle the ball, they got to take care of it better and knock some shots down. They did not make shots. They made more shots than the San Antonio Spurs percentage-wise, but they're going to have to knock down shots.
I also, Vince, want to see more of Earl Clark. There was a time where he carried this team.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, not from a standpoint he was the only guy, but they had Pau Gasol out. I mean, he only got 11 minutes. He didn't take a shot, I don't think, in this game.
No.
Earl Clark has to play more and be more involved in his offense because he's a big that can step out, knock down some shots, make some plays. I want to see him get a little bit more time.
Well, one thing is not going to change, and that's the real depth of the Lakers. I know those guys that you're talking about have to step up and play better. 40-10, it was the Spurs bench outscoring the Lakers bench, but the Lakers have not been a good road team all year, okay? So this game two, I mean, how much of the series is this game two for the Los Angeles Lakers?
I think to be a great road team, to get wins, you got to be able to get stops. You got to be able to get multiple stops. And the Lakers have been proven that they can get stop after stop after stop. If they can concentrate on that and then start to hit a couple of shots and keep going inside out, keep feeding the basketball into those two big guys and maybe get some contributions from Jody Meeks and Earl Clark coming off the bench, they can have a chance.
Yeah, well, they haven't been a good team on the road, and at times not even at home. You know, that's the truth of the matter. And when you get to this stage in the season and you're in the playoffs, it's hard to think about having to improve on the fly here. You make adjustments, but having to actually improve is what this team is still dealing with. They've been dealing with it all year. They haven't found a 10 to 15 game stretch where you'd say, there's our identity. They've been debating what that identity is or should be for 82 games.